did just get the time to do something I have been thinking a long time of trying. This is a new setup for my stitching, and I hope that if you guys like this and feel that this was a good way to film stitch with me, then I most likely will start doing them at least once a week. At first once a week, because this is a very, very simple setup. I sit in one of the good chairs that we have, stressless, and I have beside me just a small table where I did put my iPad on, and then I did take a mirror behind the iPad so that I can see actually what I am filming and what I have in the frame from where I sit. So, and I can also, with this setup, I can see where I need to take my hand to zoom in or zoom out, all those good things. So I just was thinking I was going to stitch some stitches with you and see if you like the setup. This is Esmeralda from Pinky the Pink. It is the 4th day in the rotation, and yeah, this is the 4th day. It's May the 9th, I think. Yes. So I'm just working on the oval around her. This color here is a part of her dress hanging down, like a lighter part. In the end it will look like it is like see-through fabric that hang down. All these long holes will be long chains of beads hanging down from her dress. So I think this will be very good. I might next time try and turn my chair around 180 degrees, just so I can stitch two-handed instead of one-handed, because now if I'm gonna stitch two-handed, I will hold my hand in the way for you to see. But this wasn't too bad. I am holding my stitching a little bit to the side. It's not like straight, but that is also fine for me. So I really enjoy myself now while stitching, and I hope it is enjoyable for you too. I have earlier just written down some tags, but I haven't looked at them for a long time. So I think just for now I will do this like the Carolyn or Bendy Stitchy way without the tag. We are having a really nice weather here in Norway right now. It's sunny and it's warm. It is a little bit windy, but the wind is actually warm, so I have now today and yesterday I did go out on my terrace and just lay in the sun, and the fact that it was just a little bit windy, it was beautiful. I'm like at the edge of being sunburned, because when the wind is always coming and making you cool and nice and so on, you're not that warm, then I will often have a problem that I sometimes get sunburned. Usually when I lay in the sun, I will notice that I get very hot, and then I will go inside and be away for the sun for some time. And when I do it like that, I never get sunburned. I rarely have been sunburned, but after I got my son, it started when I was pregnant, then suddenly I think my skin changed or something, because then I did get much more easily sunburned. So but usually I always get a little bit red skin, but it's not like I'm burned, because it doesn't hurt, it doesn't itch, no nothing. I'm just all red, and then the next day it turns out and becomes brown over the night. So but we'll see. So I did today take some crosswords outside and just did some crosswords out in the sun. I usually cannot like just lay in the sun, do nothing. I can maybe do it for like 5 to 10 minutes at the maximum, but I love to do crosswords, Sudoku, read. Yesterday I actually did sit and stitch a little bit in the sun. So yeah, that was nice. This is the last day my son is in kindergarten for this week, because tomorrow is a holiday, and the next day the kindergarten has these in Norwegian it's called planleggingsdag. It will be translated like a planning day. So it means the people working in the kindergarten are like doing other stuff, so the kids are not there. They do like go to seminars and so on, usually. And yeah, so he will be home for a long weekend. So I will see how much stitching time I get to do when he is at home. Lately he will not fall asleep for his naps, so he usually don't take his naps anymore in the daytime, and that is really annoying because he is difficult to get up in the mornings when he is going to the kindergarten, and at the evenings he gets really grumpy. I just have to unwind my my floss. So what I do, I just put my needle through and let it hang, and then the floss unwinds. So yeah, back to Leo, my son. He gets very grumpy and very tired in the evenings. He's hard to put to bed because he is overtired, so he doesn't want to sleep, and everything is because he does not take his nap in the day. He is like day and night when he has his nap versus not his nap. So, but it is what it is. We can't like force him to sleep. He has to stay in his bed. So when he doesn't want to take his nap, we usually put him to bed, and he have to stay there for about an hour or so. And if he has not fallen asleep by then, he usually gets very restless and start jumping in his bed and so on, and then we will take him up because he has been like an hour in his bed and not falling asleep. It's not likely he will fall asleep, and at that time it's too late that if he did fall asleep, we would like have to wake him before he wakes up himself, because he usually sleep 2 to 3 hours when he takes his nap. So, and sometimes waking him from his nap is worse than him not taking his nap at all. So yeah, just those everyday problem when you have kids, I guess. So tonight we moved our board game night, so we will actually play board games tonight with 2 of our friends that come once a week, and we play and have fun. So looking forward to that. Right now we are playing a game called Gloomhaven. It's a very massive game. It's like a D&D game, if you know what that is or just have heard of it. It is like a D&D game, just made into a board game, so you don't have like a game master. In D&D you usually will have a game master that controls the game and tells the story, and you have other characters that are the person playing that goes on an adventure, and you roll dice to see if you are fighting, how much you are fighting. You roll dice to see if there's different tests that you can pass. Like if you want to climb a wall, you have to take a test to see if you actually did manage to climb the wall, and so on. But in Gloomhaven you don't have dice, you have cards instead, And the story is told by a big scenario book where you can you open different scenarios as you go that you can choose from, and what you choose is what you unlock, and sometimes you will end up having a storyline you can't follow because you did something else. But it is really fun. As I said, you don't have dice. Instead, you have like these cards that you have to pull out that will give you two options. Like one of the cards is saying, if you find red berries on the way, you are hungry, will you eat them? And then we that are playing, we have to decide what we are going to do. We have to do it as a team. It's not like I can choose one thing and the other ones can choose another thing to do. So we have to choose together, and depending on the choice you're doing is depending on if it will go good or bad. Sometimes you get only bad stuff that can happen, so it's rather a question if you did do the least bad stuff and so on. And the combat system, you have like these cards. First off, you have cards where you have your skills, what you as a character can do. And secondly, you have a modifier deck, it's called. It's card where you have different numbers. A lot of the numbers are the same. You have like negative and positive numbers and zeros. So when you are fighting, you are drawing those cards, and those cards will tell how hard you are hitting. Like your skill card has a base, and say if I had a base of +2 attack and I draw a -2 modifier deck, then I would not hit for anything. But if I did like draw a +1, I would hit for 3 hit points, and so on. So it's a really fun game. If you like board games, of course. So yeah. Yesterday we were at my in-laws and we did a barbecue. That was a lot of fun. My son didn't want to come home when we were going, so it was a little bit, he was super tired because he has been out in the sun all day, didn't have a nap, been to kindergarten and then visiting. But it was a very, very nice day. I had a ton of fun. And sometimes I don't like being around people because I get so tired. But actually yesterday I did feel tired when I did come home, but not as tired as I usually am. But there weren't that many people like there have been previously, because most of the kids have moved out. So it's not like there is a ton of people there anymore. So, and just you could feel everybody was in a good mood because of the nice weather we have. So it was truly enjoyable. I don't know if you can hear that, but my husband just did walk in the stairs while talking on his phone, so it made a lot of noise for me. I don't know if you heard it or not, but yeah. So, and the 17th of May is actually Norway's national holiday. And if I have the opportunity, I was thinking of filming like just a little bit from that day, see if I can get some films or photos from the national suit we have. It's like a dress for the women and like short pants and long stockings and a vest for the men. So it's, I feel like May is a month where most of people have time to do a lot of stitching and so on in other countries, but actually May is one of the worst months for me stitching wise, and because there are so much holidays. There is as I said, we have the national day, so there is a lot of cleaning and washing house and our backyards, because everything has to look nice and bright for the national holiday. So it's a busy month, and as I said, there is a lot of holidays also, and that makes it even busier, at least for me. I am always joking with the people around me that my weekend starts when my husband and kid goes to work in kindergarten, because that's the time where I can relax and I can concentrate on becoming more healthy, because when having people around me all the time, I don't get to do as much relaxing as I need to get better. So yeah. And soon when May is done, and I feel it will be very quick this year also. May is always a very fast month in Norway. Even though we have 31 days, it still feels like just a week, and then suddenly May was over. And when May is over, June comes, and in the middle of June the school holiday starts. So then also my son will have vacation from his kindergarten, my husband has vacation, so yeah, I will see how much stitching I can get done over the summer. I am very, in a way, excited to see how much I can stitch, because usually I never stitch in the summer, but this year I will try, and I will try and stitch every day. I just have to see how much. I will have to see if I can still do my 5-day rotation and so on. And when June comes, I am thinking of doing an update about where I will announce my birthday sale I have been thinking of. I have birthday in August, and you can look forward to that. I know I am. Stitching Mommy has already, I watched her latest update today, and she did say that I am going to stitch a Mirabilia. I'm going to start my Stargazer, and I will do this as in an update and take more details then. So now I can hear we are getting visitors, so I will stop this recording now and see you later. Hope you enjoy. Please leave a comment if you did, and I will then do more of these stitch with me. So thanks for now and happy stitching.